Hello and welcome to another YouTube Investigator, the series where I investigate all the good and bad happenings on YouTube. You've probably just seen that title thinking that you're going to see a very interesting video, something very exciting, new, crazy. Unfortunately though, I'm reviewing the guy who does those crazy, exciting, strange videos known as MrBeast.
We bought half a row of tickets right behind the field goal at the Super Bowl. So every time a team kicks a field goal on our side, we'll be able to promote PewDiePie in front of 100 million people. Hey, MrBeast here. Today we're gonna buy every item in this store. Let's do it. I'm opening a real store that sells expensive products for only $1. You have to spend money to make money. So I'm gonna give that theory a try. My store will be selling PlayStation 4s, TVs, and so much more for only $1. This might become one of the most profitable businesses ever. Today, me and the crew are going back to first grade. This egg is the most liked Instagram picture. It is also on track to become the most retweeted tweet. It's time the Egg Gang begins its conquest of YouTube. Our goal is to make this the second most liked non-music video on YouTube. 24 hours in the desert. Let's do it. We are going to spend the next 24 hours in the desert.
MrBeast has been getting a ridiculous amount of views lately on YouTube, and I'm here to investigate why he gets those views and why YouTube kids and YouTube fans and viewers around the world are so keen and interested in what he does. Now, as you probably may have guessed, MrBeast is a popular YouTuber. He is very popular, in case you don't know. He has 21 million subscribers, almost 22 by the time this video has been uploaded, it might be. MrBeast gets ridiculous viewership. He gets almost 20 million views a video. Maybe even more than 20 million viewers if the title is attractive enough to the viewer. MrBeast's titles is what originally generated all his views. Just like this video's title is going to generate some views. He started off on YouTube by sitting down on his computer desk and, say, reading the dictionary, which took him 12 or so hours to do. Or counting to 250,000, which took him 24 or so hours to do. Insane videos you could never picture anyone else doing, which is why he was the only one doing something that crazy on YouTube, actually counting to this number for a certain amount of hours and uploading the whole 14-hour video, 24-hour video, you name it, to YouTube. I actually don't think MrBeast's content is that bad for the YouTube community. He gains a lot of views, sure, and probably gets kids to do things that are a bit strange, but I don't think it's that terrible. A fair amount of his videos are obviously a huge waste of money, but I don't think it's that terrible, the kind of content he's creating. I guess if you compare it to something like Jake Paul or Logan Paul's content, which is influencing kids to be stupid, this content is actually fine. It's harmless and it's part of what YouTube is all about.
We created the largest game of dodgeball ever. We got hundreds of people, hundreds of dodgeballs, and plenty of referees to make sure it went smoothly. We're about to break the world record for the largest game of dodgeball. We have red team over here, and we have a blue team over here.
So why am I investigating this channel? Well, I believe MrBeast's growth is incredible. He did a video recently with YouTube's headquarters about how to become famous on YouTube, and it was really interesting about what he said.
Hey, I'm MrBeast and I make educational content like counting to 100,000, spending 24 hours on a mountain, making YouTubers sit in a circle for a day, making my friends sit in cereal. And that's just the surface of my academic catalog, but besides that, I'm here at the YouTube headquarters and I'm gonna give you guys 3 tips. Tip number 1 is to go above and beyond in everything you do. When you go the extra mile, viewers just really notice. Like anything, you know, they just can tell, and it'll make them more inclined to click on videos in the future when they feel like you put a lot of effort into your videos. Here's 100 grand.
Thanks, man.
This is one of the few videos where I've actually seen him be himself and talk normally without, hamming it up for the viewers in his actual videos on his main channel. I don't think he hams it up too much. In fact, I actually think the guy has a great business mind with how to become a famous YouTuber. Obviously the videos are made for younger kids and younger kids would be more interested in watching them. But I don't think the content's hammed up too much for the viewer so that it's unwatchable. One of my main reasons for making this video was because I noticed that recently one of MrBeast's videos couldn't crack 10 million viewers. Most of his videos in the past few months have cracked over 10 million viewers, but this one couldn't, and I was really surprised by that. Of course, it'll probably eventually get over 10 million viewers, it might have by now, But it's insane how YouTube shifts so quickly with content. In other words, the commentary community died very quickly back in 2016. But it's amazing how YouTube's content shifts so quickly when it comes to what people are interested in and what they'll watch. No one will watch the same thing over and over again for years on end is what I'm saying. People's interests change all the time on this platform. In other words, MrBeast's content and style of making clickbait thumbnails and titles will probably have to change a bit as YouTube changes. I'm one who firmly believes that YouTube's content changes with who watches it and who's interested in it. Younger kids aren't as interested in the same thing over and over again, although a lot of older people like to watch the same thing over and over again. So who knows, will he continue to get a lot of views on the same kind of titles and the same kind of challenges he sets for himself and his friends? Or will it just go downhill eventually?
Like, we've just literally been putting stuff in carts and I have no idea what I've spent. But I do know that we got some lard and I'm very happy about it.
They're delivering more food as we're buying it.
Wait, really?
The bread truck's backing in.
We don't need it. We don't need it. Go away. We're spending too much money. I need you guys to go to shopmrbeast.com and buy some merch because I was not expecting another delivery. So, yeah.
All I know is that this content is amazing in terms of how many views and subscribers it generates for this money-making machine of a channel. When it only had 1 million subscribers a few years ago, back when he made those videos where he counted to 250,000. So yes, this episode of YouTube Investigator's purpose is to see if MrBeast's content will go down in viewership if he continues to do the same sorts of thumbnails and titles for his viewers. It's more a fascination episode into how this guy has become so successful and how his titles and thumbnails have garnered random viewership from people who've never even heard of him.
We spent 24 hours in the middle of the desert next to Area 51, the most secretive government facility in the country, because we wanted to scope things out before the massive raid on September 20th.
Well, the way it works is the titles are so fascinating to the viewer and they want to see if it's actually legit. Of course, he does the same thing that it's said in the titles. He guarantees that his titles are going to match what he does in the video, which means it's not really clickbait. This is clickbait, however. This video was designed to attract people from the sort of fans that MrBeast would watch. My firm belief is that a YouTube content creator like me, doing a serious and investigatory video, could never really get off the ground too far unless they clickbaited their videos, as you will see from my previous title and thumbnail. It's ridiculous considering the standard I'm trying to set for my content, but I have to do it if I'm going to get any views. Once my channel's off the ground though, and actually has a few more subscribers, then I probably will stop using this clickbait as it becomes a legitimate series that people know of. But who knows, maybe it won't ever get off the ground and this clickbaiting is just a waste of time. But for MrBeast, however, it was not a waste of time, and I think he's still going to continue being successful with it. So as the YouTube juggernaut that is MrBeast continues to rise on YouTube, we'll see what happens. Will the content continue to get a lot of viewers for the same sort of titles and same sort of challenges he sets himself? Or will it go on a steady decline? Who knows? We'll have to wait and see what happens to this amazingly successful YouTuber known as MrBeast.
Isn't it crazy that all that empty space and all these mountains are here just to shield that one little base? What? What is there? September 20th, we get our answers, boys. And there you have it, guys. That's enough spying on Area 51 for today. I hope you enjoyed, and remember, September 20th.
So as you could see, this episode 2 of YouTube Investigator wasn't really designed to take down any particular YouTube flaw or YouTuber themselves. But don't worry, I'll be back investigating YouTubers in a harsh manner in the future. But as for this episode, it was more to put the microscope on how MrBeast is doing what he's doing. Even though I didn't really quite answer that. It is hard for me to figure this out as I'm just a kid who has no idea what he's doing. Kidding, I do know what I'm doing, sort of. I'll be back next time to look at a current YouTube flaw that is interesting on YouTube. Will it be with YouTube itself or a YouTube content creator? I'm yet to figure out another one that's just as insane as the one I reviewed in the first episode. For now though, I'm Sam Davis and thanks for watching YouTube Investigator.